I have spent years perfecting a vision that nobody has ever seen, and frankly, that is a failure. Knowledge is a liability if it never leaves your head. So today, I am killing my perfectionism to finally hit record. This is the end of theory and the beginning of execution. Hello, everyone. To those of you who don't know who I am yet, well, my name is Ron Paolo. You can just call me Paolo. And I have been working as an online tutor who likes to teach not just business English lessons, but also personal development and self help topics that make my students feel so inspired to start making their lives better and change their past mistakes and wrongdoings entirely. So, welcome to my YouTube channel. And of course, I am so delighted to have you all on board here. So the big question is, well, why did I decide to start a YouTube channel even though I might be too late in starting one? Eh? Well, that is a really good question because there are many big key factors to that question. Because as you all may know, YouTube is now becoming one of the biggest educational video streaming platforms on the internet. And maybe if I were to create videos about everything I have learned so far after reading over tons of self help, philosophy, business, and finance, and professional development books, and after teaching over almost 1,000 online classes on business ESL lessons, but only online, okay? I just thought to myself, why don't I give YouTube a go ahead and just teach what I love to people from around the world who are looking to improve themselves in every aspect of their lives, and people who are looking for such sound and remarkable advice that would guide them all throughout the rest of their physical, spiritual, mental, and social well beings. It's not just one advice, okay? Anyways, YouTube has been my all-time favorite video streaming platform, not just for entertainment purposes, but also for improving all the necessary skills that I needed to improve on. And I do think that if I were to pass my new learnings on to my curious learners, then of course, I am always prepared to change the world of education and healthy lifestyle for good. So basically, it was my final decision to become an educational content creator because I wanted to make the YouTube community feel inspired enough to learn from my past mistakes and also to ensure that they get the best education that they deserve without any limitless boundaries involved. The second question is, why do you think it's so important to educate yourself on YouTube, especially when you watch videos from my channel? Well, that is a good question for me to answer. Now, I am not an education expert, okay? So I don't know all of the meaningful answers to life or how we all came to exist. Because in general, we don't know everything there's to know about life. But if you were to just utilize the power of YouTube as your main educational resource, then you are not wrong about that. Nobody is wrong about YouTube being the most powerful educational resource. So many of my students from my ESL classes now turn to YouTube most of the time, not just for learning English, but also because they want to take the greatest advantage of exposing themselves to free educational videos that would help them with their jobs, family lives, personal problems, financial problems, relationship problems, etc., etc. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't pay for online courses like Udemy or Skillshare platforms, but what I am trying to emphasize is that you should only use YouTube as your supplementary learning resource that should also help you with your studies. So, in summary, YouTube is definitely the best place for you to learn about almost anything you want that will undoubtedly turn you into a wholly changed person. I am here to help you make a big change in your life, one way or the other, step by step. And finally, the last question is, do I still think it is still better to learn from teachers both on YouTube and in school than from books? Well, in my own honest opinion, it usually depends on you with regard to how you should learn something new every day because Even I would often read books all the time and watch YouTube videos from professional teachers and self-proclaimed philosophers who are way smarter than me. And I don't mean anything about that in a sarcastic way, okay? But the reality is, there really is no perfect method of learning new things, okay? Because educating oneself cannot be effective without taking the proper action based from what you have learned from education. Okay, so remember that. You cannot take action without education. As a teacher, of course, me, working as a teacher, it has always been my dutiful responsibility to take proper care of how I teach my lessons to my students. They don't just come to my classes to learn English, but also to learn about how they could execute the necessary actions needed to take on their own unpredictable challenges and, most importantly, their greatest adversities in their lives. Because, of course, I teach not just to educate people, but I teach to inspire others to do what they needed to do so that they can take action in times of how difficult life can be. So, don't just teach others for the money. Teach because it is your duty to spread the ever growing need for others to be educated. That will be all for this video. I do hope that you have learned a lot from such a short self-introductory video. And please do let me know about what your personal opinions are in the comment section. And of course, I would love to hear from you as always. If you are ready to get started in learning about professional self-help subjects from me, then be sure to subscribe to the channel, and I will have more insightful and awe-inspiring videos to be uploaded in the near future. I love you all, and I hope to see you all again in the next video. So have a good day, everyone, and remember to stay educated as always. Goodbye, guys.